Sam straightened up in her chair when she heard the clinic door open. She didn't have any patience at the moment, so she was free to meet with Rebecca. However, as she glanced toward the door, her eyebrows furrowed in surprise. "Trisha? What are you doing here?" Sam asked in astonishment. Instead of seeing Rebecca, she found Trisha, her ex-girlfriend from a year ago. In truth, they had broken up a long time ago, but Trisha still hadn't moved on. Whenever Sam was feeling bored, she allowed Trisha to see her occasionally. Trisha approached Sam with a smile and quickly sat on her lap, wrapping her arms around Sam's neck. "Babe, I miss you," she said sweetly and leaned in for a kiss. But Sam swiftly held her arm and gently pushed her away. "What are you doing here?" Trisha moved aside. "Don't you want me here? Don't you miss me?" "It's been over a month since we last saw each other." Sam stood up, and Trisha looked at her with confusion. "You can't be here right now. Go," Sam ordered, trying to shoo her away. Trisha frowned but didn't move from her spot. "You've got another girl, haven't you?" "What?" Sam sighed. "I don't have time for this, okay? Besides, we're done, aren't we?" Trisha rolled her eyes. "We already talked about this, right? I'm fine with you fooling around, but when it's my time, it's only about me." Sam remained silent. She hadn't really agreed to Trisha's terms. It just happened that Trisha was always nearby, always coming to her. Their relationship was fine, especially in the bedroom. What she didn't like was Trisha's constant paranoia, which eventually led her to break up with her. "Just go." "No." Trisha protested. Sam was about to speak again when the door opened, and Rebecca entered. She paused and looked surprised as she exchanged glances between the two of them. I didn't realize you had a visitor," Rebecca said politely. "And who are you?" Trisha asked with an attitude. She crossed her arms and gave Rebecca an appraising look from head to toe. Rebecca bit her lip. She wasn't sure how to respond to this. To Trisha, it seemed like she was a woman trying to steal a man. She glanced at Sam. She was wrong. It was like she was trying to steal a woman. Sam quickly intervened, grabbing Trisha's arm. "She's my patient." "So, go now, really? Is that true?" I'm working." Trisha rolled her eyes. "Fine. I'll just come back later. Call me, okay?" She smiled and moved in to kiss Sam, but Sam stepped back. She firmly guided Trisha out and closed the door. Rebecca, on the other hand, quietly took a seat, clearly observing what had just transpired. She couldn't deny that there seemed to be a special connection between the two. But if Sam had a girlfriend, why did she give Rebecca that impression back then? Rebecca sighed. Sam cleared her throat. "Rebecca, sit down." Rebecca approached the chair that Sam pointed to, near her table. Earlier, she had been nervous about facing Sam, but now it felt like she wanted to leave. She couldn't understand why she suddenly felt irritated with her. It was as if she had lost her voice. Sam also took a seat. "I'm glad you really came," Sam said with a smile. Rebecca took a deep breath. "Of course. There's something I want to tell you." "Really? What is it?" Rebecca suddenly found herself tongue-tied. Earlier, she had been practicing how to say what she wanted to tell Sam. But now, it was as if she had lost her voice. She gripped the book tightly in her lap and stared at the floor, trying to force herself to speak. So, she was surprised when she saw Sam in front of her. Sam's chair had wheels, and she quickly moved closer. "Are you okay?" Sam asked, concerned. Rebecca pursed her lips. Her heart pounded when Sam gently lifted her chin, bringing their faces closer. She couldn't speak, remembering the moment they had shared that night. Their cheeks flushed. "I'm okay. Are you sure?" "Gosh. Help!" she screamed in her mind. Rebecca felt like she was about to give in to Sam again. Whenever Sam looked at her, her eyes seemed to sparkle as if she were enticing her. Not to mention the way Sam occasionally read her using her tongue. Was she really seducing her? "Tell me, Becca, what is it you want to tell me?" Sam spoke again, and it felt like Rebecca's breath was cut short. Sam looked incredibly sexy even in a simple demeanor. Why did she feel this way when facing her? Was it because of what had happened between them? Rebecca quickly shook her head and leaned back, as if she had suddenly woken up from a deep slumber. Due to her sudden movement, she lost her balance and almost fell over. Fortunately, Sam quickly caught her hands and pulled her closer. Whoa. Are you really okay? Sam had her arms wrapped around Rebecca's waist, and Rebecca was leaning against her chest, gripping her shoulders. The chair had moved back slightly, causing Rebecca to nearly fall to the floor. If not for Sam's tight grip on her, Rebecca didn't move right away. She lost herself again when she caught a whiff of Sam's perfume. It felt like her whole body was tickled, and she even thought her lower half had instantly responded to it. OMG. What's happening to me? Wake up, Rebecca, Rebecca. Do you like this position? It's a bit challenging. Rebecca became even more embarrassed. She hurriedly stood up and adjusted herself. She cleared her throat and tried to compose herself. Sorry, Sam chuckled. She reached for Rebecca's hand and approached her again. Why are you being formal to me? Rebecca's eyes widened. She withdrew her hand from Sam's and stepped back. Sam. Okay. I'm here to discuss what happened between us. What happened between us? Sam smiled meaningfully. Goodness. She's really enticing me. Rebecca sighed and tried to steady herself. Can we just forget about it? Sam raised an eyebrow. She sat back and stared at Rebecca. She rested her elbow on the armrest of her chair and played with her fingers. She smiled when she saw Rebecca look away from her. Is that what you want? Yes. Definitely. Sam stood up and slowly approached Rebecca. Rebecca furrowed her brow and stepped back with each step Sam took towards her. As Sam moved closer, Rebecca continued to retreat until she suddenly felt something hit the back of her thigh, causing her to sit down abruptly. She realized she was now on one of the beds. Wait! Rebecca stammered. She was about to stand up, but Sam quickly placed her hands on both sides of her, preventing her from moving. Is this really what you want, Becca? HMN? Sam inquired. Rebecca closed her eyes for a moment. She didn't know how to respond to Sam's question because her body and her thoughts were saying different things. Especially her thoughts. She swallowed hard when her gaze fell on Sam's lips. She looked back into Sam's eyes. Whatever. Rebecca cupped Sam's cheeks and kissed her on the lips.